doing? It's Matt Charles with PremierGuitar.com. I'm here at the New York Amp Show, and I'm here at the Egnater booth with Greg and Chris. And Greg, hopefully you take us through a little bit about what you got over here.
Sure. What we got here is Egnater's new Rebel 20 amp. This amplifier is EL84 based and 6V6 based. With a flip of a switch, we're on EL84s right now. 6V6 based. It has a wattage switch variable from 1 watts all the way up to 20 watts. Give you a little extra headroom, a little more articulation. Master volume, gain for your preamp, 3-band EQ, a tight and bright switch, and an effects loop on the back.
Ooh, man, that is sweet. Take us for a ride there, Chris. Let's see what we got. The switch and see what the other tubes sound like. Yeah, that's big, man. That's sweet. That is very sweet. What else you got? Take us through some of the other stuff.
Sitting on right now 2 single 12 cabinets, front ported, with Egnater Elite 80 speakers. Also, this amp is going to be available at all guitar centers at the end of July, beginning of August. It's going to sell for $5.99 with that custom carrying case sitting right behind it.
Wow, and those are Celestion speakers you said?
Yes.
In the caps? Very nice.
Celestion Egnater Elite 80s.
Very nice, very nice.
And also a little more cabinet, we got the 212 sitting right behind this gentleman. With, again, Celestion Egnater Elite 80s.
And what head is on that?
Right sitting next to that is a Tourmaster 100. That's 4100, I'm sorry. 4 channels. 5 different power amp settings, wattage from 100 watts, 50 watts, 25 watts, 20 watts, and 10 watts. Half power switch, and a 6-button foot switch. Does a little bit of everything. You take it on tour. Most of us can't afford roadies. Bring that 1 amp, you got 4 amps in one.
And tell us a little bit about the power grid on the back of that. I'm familiar with that a little bit.
So what you got there is 4 independent sliders, 1 for each channel. You also have a full power and a half power switch. Between those sliders, you can go from 100 watts, 50 watts, 25 watts, 20 watts, or 10 watts per channel. Give your 100 watts for your clean tone, give nice bell-like tones. Drop it down to 10 watts for your dirties, get real aggressive at low wattage. It's very flexible. You also got a record out, which is tapped off the speaker output, so your density and your presence on the front end of the amp will still work. It feeds off the power section also, so you'll still get the full life of your amp. It's not cutting off at the preamp. 2 biasing, speaker outputs, either series or parallel effects loop. This amp does everything you'll ever need on tour.
Oh man, that is sweet. Very sweet. What about the speakers in that cabinet too? What do we got going on?
Again, in the combos, it is Egnater Elite 80 speakers. That cabinet is also it comes sealed back, but there is a panel you can take off to make it half open back.
Oh, very interesting.
And same speakers again. This is the 42-1-2 combo sitting next to it. That's the same head, does all the things that the head does, just in a 212 combo, again with the Elite 80 speakers. And then right next to that is the Egnater 4100 head sitting on the 412A cabinet with vintage 30 loaded.
Wow, that is very, very sweet stuff. Well, listen, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us, Greg. I really appreciate it, man. Matt Charles, PremierGuitar.com here at the New York Amp Show.